call me a god.
Stop believing freedom is guaranteed. Hear how Yeonmi Park escaped the unimaginable. Her story is not just about survival, but about the courage to dream of a life beyond borders, beyond fear, and beyond silence. In a world where many of us take our liberties for granted, Yeonmi's journey is a wake-up call, a reminder that freedom is precious, and it can be lost in a heartbeat. If you think your voice doesn't matter, think again. Every voice has the power to spark change, to inspire hope, and to challenge injustice. Yeonmi's voice, once silenced by oppression, now echoes around the world, proving that even the quietest whisper can become a roar for freedom. Her journey proves one person can change the world. It only takes one act of bravery, one decision to stand up, to start a ripple that can reach across continents and generations. Yeonmi Park grew up in North Korea, a place where you had to worship your leaders, and even your thoughts weren't really your own. The regime controlled every aspect of life: what you ate, what you said, even what you dared to dream. From a young age, Yeonmi learned that a careless word could mean prison, or worse. The fear was constant, and hope was a dangerous thing. As a child, she used to look across the river to China, where the lights shined bright at night, while her side stayed dark. Those distant lights became a symbol of possibility, a glimpse of a world where people were free to laugh, to speak, to live without fear. For Yeonmi, those lights were a promise that life could be different. At just 13, after surviving a dangerous surgery, Yeonmi and her mother made a life-changing decision: escape. It was a choice made out of desperation and hope, knowing that staying meant certain suffering. But leaving meant risking everything. With only each other to rely on, they stepped into the unknown, guided by the faint hope of freedom. But freedom didn't come easy. Every step of their journey was fraught with danger, hiding from border guards, trusting strangers, and facing the constant threat of being caught and sent back. Hunger, exhaustion, and fear became their constant companions. When they reached China, they fell into the hands of traffickers. Instead of safety, they found themselves trapped in a new nightmare, forced to rely on the kindness of strangers and their own resilience to survive. For 2 years, Yeonmi and her mother endured unimaginable hardship, always searching for a way out. 2 long years later, with help from brave South Korean Christians, Yeonmi and her mother crossed the freezing Gobi Desert, on foot. The journey was perilous, with temperatures dropping far below zero and only the stars to guide them. Each step was a test of their will to survive, and their determination to reach a place where they could finally be free. Finally, they found safety in South Korea. For the first time, Yeonmi could breathe without fear, speak without whispering, and begin to heal from the trauma of her past. But the journey didn't end there. She refused to let her past define her future. Instead, she chose to use her story to shine a light on the suffering of others and to fight for those who still have no voice. She learned what true freedom meant, moved to the United States, and graduated from Columbia University. Education became her weapon against ignorance and oppression, and she dedicated herself to learning, growing, and sharing her message with the world. Becoming a mom made her realize how much freedom matters. Holding her son in her arms, Yeonmi understood the true cost of liberty, the sacrifices made, the risks taken, and the hope that every child deserves a future without fear. Her son's birth certificate is living proof: North Korea to America, all for a future without fear. It's a symbol of a new beginning, a testament to the power of hope, and a reminder that freedom is worth fighting for. Now, Yeonmi is a fearless human rights activist, sharing her story everywhere, even on the Joe Rogan Experience. She speaks for those who cannot, and her courage inspires people from all walks of life to stand up for justice and human dignity. She warns us, don't take your freedom for granted. The rights we enjoy today can disappear if we don't protect them. Yeonmi's story is a call to action for all of us to cherish and defend our freedoms. She believes in the power of faith, responsibility, and speaking out, even when it's hard. Yeonmi reminds us that silence can be deadly, but courage can change the world. Each of us has a role to play in making our societies more just and compassionate. Yeonmi Park's journey is a reminder that hope can survive the darkest places. Even when the world seems hopeless, even when the odds are stacked against us, the human spirit can endure and overcome. If she can raise her voice for freedom, maybe you can too. You don't have to escape a dictatorship to make a difference. Sometimes, it's the small acts of courage that matter most. So, what will you do with your voice? Will you use it to defend freedom, to stand up for what's right, and to inspire others? The choice is yours. Yeonmi Park's story shows us that even in the darkest times, one voice can light the way.
They call me a